Hey, it's your girl K did come back out to you one more time. So it's so weird. It's kind of weird to me because I'm looking at the back of my camera and I'm not used to doing that. I usually have my regular camera, or I use the, what's it called? I use the front camera of my phone. But since I have my laptop out because I'm doing the podcast, I was like, why not? I know, I'm rambling. Guys, thank you for coming back to your girl's podcast. I just said podcast. YouTube channel. I just want to do a video for the moms out there, the single moms out there. I'm sorry for other moms, but other moms can listen to me too. It's not really a single mom thing. I think it's a mom thing, but single moms, I feel like it just, I'm gonna say we don't get things, but I think we do. I just want to get this from my perspective and things like that. Thank you for coming on and listening to me. You could go to another channel if you wanted to. We came here to see your girl, so thank you. Kudos to y'all. We're growing slowly but surely. We're getting there. I'm gonna get some things out the way, guys. If you need any job opportunities in New York City, I'm sorry, that's where I live. I live in New York City. Definitely follow my Instagram page. A lot of times I do post things on, usually not my main feed, but on my stories I do. But if you go to my link or look at accounts I'm like kind of affiliated with, it's called Hear Our Voices, and that's for the podcast. And I put them on the actual feed for that all the time. So if you need a job, follow your girl, okay? Just saying. So guys, you know, I'm a single mom, not by choice, but it is what it is. Things happen. People become single parents all because of a lot of reasons. It could be divorce, it could be death, it could be incarceration, and the list goes on and on and on. So I'm coming from that perspective of that. If you look at my later stuff, you could know why situations it is the way they are. I have other videos coming out too, so look on the lookout for that. It's not like big news, but little news will be coming out. But yeah, so go definitely. I drop a lot of stuff about myself also in the podcast, so if you want to go watch that and know more about your girl, definitely go check that. Probably should back up. Maybe not. Go a little bit closer because I feel like, all right. Hopefully that's enough for you guys. Hopefully that's of me in this. All of you, all of me. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. People say they don't like my rambling, but I'm like, that's literally my personality. That means you don't like me. If you don't like the rambling, you don't like your girl. But anyway, I've been thinking about being a single mom. Obviously all my daughters like, but I'm just thinking like in the past couple of weeks about certain things. I just asked the young lady, she's also a single mom, and her daughter is younger than my daughter by a year, about if you had advice with people having babies, or people who are just single moms in general, or different things. And some of these things that she told me, some things you just can't help. Like, she was saying to make sure you have money. Sometimes things happen out of the blue. People get pregnant out of nowhere. It could be, you know, rape. It could be, you know, people just, oops, you know, apparently things just happen, as they say. I never understood it, but apparently things just happen. That's what they tell me. And don't feel a way about it. Things happen, you know. But one thing is with children, you definitely gonna need money. You definitely, I would say, get patience. But by the time you have them and you love them and look in their eyes, you'll learn the patience. Even though they're gonna get last nerves, you'll know the patience. You have to learn how to listen and really get to know your kid, you know. Especially if you're the only parent, you have to do the job of both people. And it's hard, especially if you're raising a boy. I don't have a boy, but I would assume that raising the opposite gender would be harder because you don't fully understand what their mindset is and what they're gonna, you know, be going through. But I know as having a daughter, she's a literally mini of me. She's mini me, but just smarter. Like I mean, not smarter than me now. I'm just saying smarter as me as a child. And I think a lot of things, especially, I feel like this is generational in general, is getting better at is talk. I can't say everybody, but a lot of people now I feel like it's more about talking things out with their kids and things like that. I'm not saying everything they need opinion on, probably not, but really being open, because I feel like the last generation, they got abused a lot and it was not talked about. Some kid would get knocked over with a frying pan and just like go to school with a knot in their head, and it's like, or their parents keep them home for a couple of days until it gets better. And I feel like it's better we teach our kids how to open up and get to somebody who needs to help them. I'm not saying abuse doesn't happen still, but we're getting better at making our children identify that, or if people outside of their family is doing these things, to make them speak up. Really get your children to be more open with you and do activities with you and things like that, and really build bonds. Build bonds. I feel like when especially now, I feel like we have to always be grinding. Like, let's be honest, the way the economy is set up, we have to grind. I'm not gonna come in and say, oh, you shouldn't have 9 to 5. That's foolishness. You have to make enough to be able to survive and do these things for your kid, and but you also have to, because I don't have memories with my mom like that, other than going to Jamaica. We didn't do things like that. Other than when I got older in my 20s, we went to like dinner and stuff, like Olive Garden and, you know, Applebee's. But I don't have really memories. What we used to do a lot, go to Green Acres Mall and go to Taco Bell every Thursday, me and her and my brother. I have that memory. And going to Ponderosa when it was there, and with my grandma. I remember those. So probably everything is involved eating, which is interesting. I just realized that. But I don't really have that much memories of her doing things together, like doing nails, hair. I have a memory of me and my grandma getting hair done because we went to the salon together. My mom, I remember her getting her jerry curl here and there, but I was getting my hair done with her, which I don't think that's a thing. But as long as your child's with you, you're doing some bonding things. It could be fishing if you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. Anybody could fish, hiking, just something small. When your child have, like, especially if you do on a repetitive basis, like, it don't have to be every single week or it could be like once a month. Or it could have a small, it don't have to be a far vacation. It could be like a staycation at like somewhere with your kid to really spend time. But also what the other mom was telling me and saying to me, because if you don't know, I don't think I'm super helicopter mom, but I'm a little helicopter. I'm there just hovering over my kid, right? I do everything basically with her. She likes it that way, but she's also 8, so she likes being around me and like taking up my air and my space. And I'm like, I don't really want her on me, but I want to have my 2 eyes, when I have my glasses, my 4 eyes on her. You feel me? You just want to make sure your kid has the best experiences in life. And a lot of stuff has happened to me because of the people that had their eye on me. So I want to make sure that my eyes are always on my kid. You know, my sight is not 20/20, but I see. I got to select the scene. I'm going to see what you're doing to my baby. All right. But the mom was saying too, like, we have to take time for ourselves. You can't be a great single parent, or even not even single parent, just a parent in general, without taking time for yourself, like she was saying. And I totally agree. For the first time, Kdiddavis was 7 at the time, out of 7 years, I have went out after dark without my kid. Can you believe it? Like, for a person like me, that is a step towards making a difference. It hasn't happened again so far, but lied. I've been wedding. But I think the church events don't count, because I was at 2 weddings in the past year, and Kdiddavis was not with me. So I guess 3 things. But the lounge, I feel like, is different because it's like an actual activity and it's not like a wedding. I feel like that the wedding is different, but you wouldn't count the weddings. So the first time I did it without Kdiddavis going to somewhere with me was last year, the wedding. And people, because there's church people, it was like, where's Kdiddavis? Because they're shocked that she's not even there, because she's my bench, I'm about to my pocketbook. You feel me? So it is good to get away and really pamper yourself and really have a second. And if you don't know, little girl, I don't know about boys, but I see the boys be talking a lot too. These little kids got a lot to talk about, and they like repeating themselves. I don't like to hear things more than one time, and they like to talk about foolishness. But when it's a TT in class, I want to hear that. Like, I want to hear the T-boo. But I want to hear the song that you singing front, back, lean, stand up 70 times. The first 2 times were cute, sweetheart. But the 70th and one time, 4 squares in 7 years. Me if you eat grass. You feel me? But you have to take time for yourself. You have to make sure you are the best you can be, because when you're broken down, like a car on the side of the road, you can't take nobody nowhere. If you're broken at the side of the road, you cannot take anybody where they have to go. So you got to make sure your body, take yourself to the doctor, making sure you're praying. I'm always asking for praying with Jesus, you know. Take care of yourself. Get a massage here and there. It might be an affordable problem. You could do small things on Groupon. Groupon be cheap. It's not as cheap as it used to, but a lot of things went up. I'm sorry. But maybe you could save up, instead of going to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts like I be doing, maybe save some money up to go to like a spa day by yourself. That might sound lonely, because honestly it sounds lonely right there. Or probably do it one day with your friends or something like that. Or get a group of moms together that you trust, and then we all can do, say the moms can go out and then one mom watch the kids, like a little circle, community circle of help that way. And obviously you have to do your part too, because you have to also watch the kid one of the daggone times too, you know, just to try not to be a muncher or nothing. But really take care of yourself and have adult time. What I found, especially this year, because I don't have enough adult time when I get around adults, I talk a lot in general. As you can see, that's what I do. All of my jobs are just chatting. But because I don't talk to a lot of adults when I get around adults, I chat a lot and I get excited and I talk about a lot of stuff. So the good thing for me that my job is talking, so I get a lot of the energy out, but I'm not in the present, especially with the whole COVID situation with the Zoom. We were not connected in physically connection. It was more virtual like this. So it was hard. So it's really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna come in here and say, oh my God, it was the best. At first, when the lockdown, it was amazing. Getting a couple months in, honestly, after the first month, I was over it. Actually, a couple of weeks, I was over it. But it's done a lot. Like your mental state kind of, I feel like, diminished. My memory is not as good as it used to be, and I have very good memory. If you don't know me, I remember stuff from like 3 or 4 years old. I had really good memory. I'm just saying. But honestly, after 2020, my memory for that space of time has not been the same like every other memory that I had. But not the point. I really think you should take care of yourself and be the best mom that you can be. You're not gonna get everything right. Like they have books, but this is an on-the-job training. You know how you go to a job and you train, but until you get on the job training, you get it? Like, that's what being a parent is. You can read all the books you want to in the world, but it's not gonna prepare you for the actually it happening. Especially if you have a special needs kid, it is it's up here. It's up here. So it can be a lot. It can be stressful. You're gonna fail a couple of times. But guess what? If as long as you're trying and you're doing your best and you eventually get it, it's gonna be all right. Your kid is not gonna die from it. I promise you. You might fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You might fail 1,000 times, but that 1,001, you got it, sis. And as long as you don't give up, and your kids say that you don't give up, that means the child gonna have that little spunk that they need to really, you know, survive in the world. And it's okay. For the parents who make breakfast every morning, it's kudos to you. I just hope I get my daughter to school on time, which she's usually not on time. But they used to say breakfast for her because they know she's gonna come to school to get up in the morning. So I try to have like waffles. The other day she woke up and made waffles in the air fryer, where she actually got up on time. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not that parent who makes breakfast in the morning. I don't have a time to wipe my behind properly. So how would I have time to make a whole? The parents who do that, who get up, they making a full plate, eggs, this and that, dumpling, this and that, and it's not all microwave based. Kudos to you. I'm not there yet. I see people on the YouTube video. I'm like, are they doing that every day? Because I could hardly do that on Saturday when I'm home. Like, am I just being a horrible parent? Like, that's what I be thinking. But I try my best. Honestly, breakfast in general for my house, I'm not in charge of it. It's very rare I cook a breakfast. I don't eat breakfast like that. So, what I'm trying to do also, fruit to make it easier, so we could just get a fruit and then leave. Sometimes she'll make the fruit, because I tell her to do her lunch, because I be giving her lunch and she don't be eating it. So she'll eat the fruit. So she'll cut up the fruit from the night before, and she'll eat it for breakfast and some for lunch, and then also eat her school. My daughter gets school lunch also, so she gets school food. And I don't really give her that much food from home, because when I give it to her, she comes home with half of the bag still there, and it's a waste of money. But yeah, the school food, she ate it up. She ate the free food all up. So you know what, sis, you bring snacks when you feel like it, and after school supplies with snacks. I'm not gonna spend twice the money and you're gonna be throwing in the garbage. Like the other day we threw away the thing of ham. That cost money from Target. Like, sis, get it together. But know that you're not failing. And if you need help with anything, if you live in New York City, I could help you more with some resources and things like that, because I have a lot of resources for New York City. What can help you out with clothes, food, formula, obviously it's food, but I want to be specific on what regular pantries, and then places give out for like food, like formula and stuff like that, and Pampers, new or used clothes depending on what it is. Training for you, like I don't want you to forget about it. Training for you if you are in DV situation, this domestic violence. We have things for you for that, and just be the best that you can be for your child. Like, don't forget about yourself, because when you forget about yourself, you could get sick faster. That means you're going to leave this world faster because you're not taking care of yourself. A lot of times people do that. They'll do everything for their kid, but nothing for themselves. So you have to really keep that stuff in mind when you're doing that. So keep your head up. If you like videos like this, tell me. If you don't, you can still tell me that. I don't mind criticism at all. And I just want us to be the best us we can be, so we can make good people of society, not a hot mess of people of society. Sometimes you can't even help when your child come out of hot and you're like, sis, why you do that for? But you still gotta love them. You still gotta be the best you. I be thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna break Katanya. Like, I'm gonna break her. Not like literally break her as in break her, but like, this decision I make, this is the best one for her, and is it gonna make, like, I always try to think about the future. Like, you could do something now, and there's a repercussion for you or yourself in the future. And you don't even see that repercussion. I try my best to think things through, but I want to make sure anything that I do now is gonna make sure she have a good. I feel bad. Like, Katanya was on the rocks. Y'all saw the video. She was on the rocks. I'm like, I want her to be like the other kids, but I also don't want her to get hurt and break her arm. Like, it's just like, is this decision I'm making her do this right now? Is it gonna break her? So, yeah. So that's what's going on right now for that. And just being a single mom is definitely not easy. Being a single parent, I'm thinking of saying mom, but there's a lot of fathers out there who are singles, like a single parent. So I don't want to generalize, oh, it's only moms. Moms is a higher population, but there's a good amount of men out there taking care of their kids, doing their stuff, and more than one kid too. I feel like kids listen to their father more than their moms anyway. That's just my opinion. You can fight me in the comments, I'm just saying. But take care of yourself, take care of your children, do the best that you can do, because when your children, whatever your children see, you can talk to your child to your blue in the face. Whatever they see is what they're probably going to follow. Like, I want to say statistic-wise, probably 90% of whatever they see, they are going to follow. So you could talk, oh my gosh, don't do this, but if you're doing that and thinking that the child's not going to actually do what you're doing, you could have a side mistake. So just be careful what you do around your kids, what you say around your kids, and it's going to be okay. Like, we're not perfect. There's no proper guide. There are guides, but they're not a proper guide, and every child is different. And if you are a person who's watching this and haven't had a kid yet, they're amazing little creatures. I'm not gonna lie to you, they're amazing. You have to have a lot of patience with them, and it's gonna be okay. You made it, they're gonna make it too. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. And I hope this is slow enough speaking for people to understand, because apparently I will talk too fast. So yeah. Anyway, guys, bye.